Biafra Liberation Army Network, coming to you again. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment.
In this video, I'm going to show us another fulfillment of Nnamdi Kanu's prophecy. Oh yes, and this time around, it is not prophecy about Africa. It is not prophecy about Nigeria. It is not prophecy about the Igbo people, but prophecy about the former president of the United States of America, President Barack Obama. Oh yes, I'm going to show you the video here. So please, I beg you to just stay put. Now, yesterday being the 22nd day of July 2025, the president of Philippines visited Trump at the White House, to discuss trade. And as the discussion was going on at the Oval Office in Washington, D.C., Trump made a speech concerning the former president of America, President Barack Obama. And Trump said, of course, I'm going to show you the video. Trump said that Obama committed treason. Oh yes, that he rigged the 2016 general election. And that is an act of committing treason. Of course, we know what treason is. The act of betraying your country. And you know what? Nnamdi Kanu has prophesied this. I'm going to show you the video. On this channel, I tell you that anything I tell you, I will show you the evidence. So we are not here to just talk and talk and talk. I will show you the videos. Now, according to the US code 2381, chapter 115, at part 1, it says that anyone found guilty of committing treason will spend not less than 5 years in prison and will not hold any office in the US and the United States. Oh yes, that is their code. Now, how does this concern us here in Africa and here in Nigeria? Now, note that I'm not making this video out of hatred for Obama or out of hatred for anybody, no. But I tell you that on this channel, we tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Oh yes, and of course, we hate evil and we preach peace. Now, how this concerns us is this. If you remember, a couple of days ago, about 1 week ago or thereabout, I posted a video on this channel where I showed us the interview the former president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, granted, where he said something about President Barack Obama, and he said that the level of interference by the Obama's government in Nigerian general election, 2015 general election, was overwhelming. Let me show you this video.
The level of interference by the Obama's government was very overwhelming. It's not as if I couldn't have won the election even with that. But if by my own thinking, and also the way some other people look at it, they go outside the normal diplomatic relationship, then it should be mentioned. Sending that person to Nigeria at the eve of election, after Obama even issued a statement directing Nigerians to vote for the next chapter, that tells you something. And we should not sweep this under the carpet. If a foreign country, whether African country or even America or any other country, interferes with our own elections, we should mention it. Immediately the Chibok issue came up, we expect Nigerians to be concerned. How do we get these girls out? Within a couple of days, we saw people going to the US would bring back our girls' placards. How? Why? And of course, the Mrs. Obama received one of those placards. I cannot take responsibility for the abduction. I don't control Boko Haram. They are criminals. But as a president, of course, it's not the president that go to the field. You have security and intelligence officers that do the work. Let me admit that, yes, maybe they do their best, but their best was not good enough for us to recover the girls. That does not mean that I'm trying to remove myself from any blame. Yes, I may not be blamed for the action, but I could be blamed that my security and intelligence system were not strong enough to be able to rescue the girls.
Now, if Goodluck Ebele Jonathan can come out to say this in an open interview, it means that obviously it is true. If I show you the full video of that interview, he gave so many instances government interfered in the affairs of Nigeria, trying to keep Nigeria one. And that is the same thing that Nnamdi Kanu has been shouting for a very long time, that he doesn't know what is happening, that Obama's government is doing anything or everything within their power to make sure that Nigeria is one. And then you ask yourself, why? You remember during that 2015 general election that penned for Buhari over Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Now, I'm going to show you the video where Nnamdi Kanu made a video saying so many things about this Barack Obama, and those things he said are happening today. But before I show you the video, I want to leave you with this question. Why will Obama, or what on earth could make Obama campaign for Buhari over Goodluck Ebele Jonathan? What could ever make him campaign for Buhari? Buhari is dead. Maybe he wouldn't be here to answer us that question. But Obama is still alive. And for those of you, my friends, who have an idea of why Obama will campaign for Buhari over Jonathan, please do well to drop the comment on the comment section. But before then, I will still allow you to watch where Trump said what he said about this treason offense committed by Obama. And then I will show you, after that, I will show you the video where Nnamdi Kanu made statements concerning Barack Obama. And those statements are coming to fulfillment today. That is the word of a true man of God. So please watch this. Then you do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think about this case.
The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up all the way going up to 2020 in the election. They tried to rig the election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level.
Very carefully. I beg of you, listen very carefully. Now, listen to this.
Nigeria won the task that must be done.
What did he say?
Today I urge all Nigerians.
Now, listen again.
To keep Nigeria won the task that must be done.
What did Obama say? I want people to listen again to what Obama had to say.
To keep Nigeria won the task that must be done.
To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. I want those of you with internet-enabled devices to go and click or type in this very phrase. To keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. It was the same thing that the dead Buhari echoed during his campaign. And I'm asking, you'll be asking yourself, what is the business of the US president with trying to keep Nigeria one? Is that their business? In what way does it concern them? In other words, what this man is trying to say that the president of the United States of America, before Trump came in, their ex-president Obama, knew very well about our agitation for Biafra. He knew what we were doing even in 2015 when he was making this ad or this campaign for Buhari. Ask yourself this question. Why would a former United States president, then he was the US president, why would he come out and say that to keep Nigeria one, borrowing the phrase of a mass murderer? Somebody who is in the Guinness Book of Records as one of the worst people to ever exist. Gowon is there. He's number 3 on the list. Number 1 is Hitler. I think number 2 is Pol Pot or is it Stalin? And number 3 is Gowon. Go on is in the Guinness Book of Records. Forget that is why I have this special venom for any deceiving Bible carrying idiot that uses the name and the word of God to deceive the gullible. That idiot Go on is claiming that he is a born again Christian. He's leading prayer, but in the Guinness Book of Records, he is there acknowledged as one of the worst people to ever live on the face of the earth. And Obama being the worst president America ever had. It's somebody who claims his ancestry is from Kenya. But because of the money they are getting, because of the bribe, because of the corruption they are encouraging in the zoological republic that was created by Britain, this fool opened his mouth and said, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. The same words used by Go on during the war of genocide against Biafra. I want our people to reason, because I know that many black people do not reason. Most of our people do not reason. They don't sit down to analyze and to delve into issues properly. Ask yourself, what is an American president? Why should an American president be concerned about Biafra agitation? That is to tell you that Biafra is a divine project, and Lucifer and all his followers do not want Biafra to come. What I'm trying to say to you is this: anybody, regardless of who they are, any human being, anybody who rises up to castigate the agitation for Biafra, that person is a servant of the devil. Is a servant of the devil, regardless of that carrying the Bible or not. This job of keeping Nigeria one, that is a task that must be done. Go and Google it. Buhari made, when he was alive, made reference to Go on, that they fought a war to keep Nigeria one. Go and look at it. Ask yourself this question: why would Obama use exactly the same words of Go on, a mass murderer and a killer? That tells you the extent of opposition that Biafra is getting, even from quarters and from people you least expect. That is why this is God's project. It doesn't belong to man. God's project. Can you imagine that throughout Obama, 8 years of Obama's presidency, he was working for one Nigeria, not to make Nigeria a better place, but that he said the task, which means Obama quite literally placed the United States Army at the disposal of Buhari when he was alive. That the task of keeping Nigeria, well, that to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. The same words that Go on used, I said the same verbatim. The same words that Go on used during the genocide, which means that Obama is in support of 5 million Biafrans that was slaughtered during that very genocide. Do you see why I feel sorry for anybody who is against what we are doing? Do you see why I feel sorry for them? They don't understand what we are in. Ask yourself, what wrong did we do to Zuckerberg, the idiot that owns Facebook? Nothing. We've done nothing to him, nothing whatsoever. I don't know if a Biafran took his wife from him or something. I have no idea. This man have consistently instructed his people to delete, to suppress. People previously, when they write or they comment and they get loads and tons of reactions. These days they write and they don't get up to 4 reactions. Up to the point that this very morning they were saying to me that I cannot broadcast live, that I must tell them where I am. Facebook, what has Facebook got to do with where I'm staying? What business of theirs is it? An American president was in the White House using the same words of a mass murderer, saying that Nigeria must be kept one. And I'm asking myself, what is the business of Obama's administration? Why would they want Nigeria to remain? Why? Because even Obama knows that Nigeria is there to serve an Islamic purpose. That Nigeria is there. They want to Islamize each and everybody. They want to make it the home of the most popular, should I say populous, Islamic nation in Africa. Unless you have common sense and a functioning brain, you will not understand what I'm saying. But I'm going to play it, the whole clip that you may know, and I want to publish it on my page for the world to see and to hear. What is the business? Ask that question, please, whoever is posting this clip. What is the business of Obama with Nigeria's unity? Why? What for? Because he's benefiting from it. They benefit from corruption. They benefit from it. That is what they are doing. I'm going to play it. Unfortunately, it is not as loud as I would like it to be. Let me play it once again that the world may hear.
To keep Nigeria one, the task that must be done.
Unbelievable.
To keep Nigeria one, the task that must be done.
Yes.
Today I urge all Nigerians.
I urge all Nigerians.
All religions, all ethnic.
All religions, everybody. Vote for Buhari.
Nigeria one.
Help and keep Nigeria one.
Advancing the security.
Help to keep Nigeria one. Have you asked yourself, why would Obama, what has Obama got to do with one Nigeria? He did not say vote out corruption. He did not say vote out ineptitude, incompetence. He did not say vote out insecurity. He said you must go to vote. You must go to vote for one Nigeria. You must keep Nigeria one. Obama is asking you to keep Nigeria one. I want people with gumption, with common sense, to understand what that means. That tells you, that was why people were asking me, oh, why do you say that Biafra is the last miracle? Because I said to them, the reason why I keep using that very term is because people are into Biafra agitation, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the spiritual dimension of this very effort. They have no idea. They have no clue. Satan, it was Lucifer himself. It was Satan himself that inspired the British, that informed the decision of Lugard to create one Nigeria in the first place. It was a satanic act. The reason being that once you suppress Biafrans in Nigeria, the whole of Africa will remain in darkness. Black people all over the world will remain subservient. They will be slaves forever and ever. That is why anybody, any human being, any idiot who rises up to say that Biafra agitation is misguided, is misplaced, shouldn't be, that person, I can swear, is working for Satan, for Lucifer. They're in the same camp with Obama. I hope you can now understand it. You can now understand the level of Fulani Janjaweed is not our opposition. God in heaven knows they are nothing. They don't exist. Fulani is nothing. They are stupid. They are not educated. They are Janjaweed. What do they know? They know nothing. You people are fighting forces and principalities you don't know that hates you. If you look at Obama now, they say, but has Obama said anything about Biafra? He doesn't know about Biafra. But Obama knows about Biafra more than all of you put together. That was why he used the word one Nigeria, to keep Nigeria one. That was the impact we are making in 2015. Think of the impact we have made up until now. Think of it. Think of it very carefully. Now you understand, don't you? Next time you must pay attention. Some of you, I don't know who brought out this very clip. Some of you see all these clips, and I keep asking myself, but most of you are learned, you're educated. Can't you reason? Can't you, when somebody is saying something, can't you go behind the lines and try to make out what that person actually is talking about or what they mean? Why would a sitting US president use the same words as Gowon used during the Biafran War? What does that tell you about our agitation all the way back in 2015? Why did I say this? Because earlier this evening the news broke, or should I say information filtered out of Asorok. And according to them, they said it was Roots TV that covered it very well. And I'm using theirs, and I want it also posted, please, on my page. Roots TV. Buhari identifies Radio Biafra as a major threat to national security.
The president wanted to talk about his predecessor, Barack Obama, and the fact that he believes that President Obama is guilty of treason. That is an extremely inflammatory claim. It is a major ratcheting up of the president's rhetoric on this issue. We know he has railed against the Russia investigations for years, but that's why he appointed in his first term a special counsel who had broad latitude to look into all of this during his first term. And that special counsel, John Durham, after about 3.5 years, did not find any evidence that the intelligence had been falsified in some systematic way or influenced by political concerns or directed by President Obama, as you heard President Trump say there, to go after Trump personally. And so the fact that President Trump has resurrected this claim and is now going even further and saying that the former president should be convicted of treason, that is a major escalation, Reed.
Nancy, that escalation is also striking to me because he launched into that right after being asked about the Epstein files and the Epstein controversy. Critics of President Trump would wonder if perhaps this is not a very large pivot right out of the Trump playbook.
Sure, because President Trump is well aware that his base does enjoy it when he goes after his foes, when he goes after those on the other side, whether it's Hillary Clinton or Joe Biden or Democratic leaders of Congress or even former President Obama, who has been out of public office for about a decade now. And so you're not wrong to suggest that perhaps this is meant as a distraction from something that his base hasn't liked quite as much, which is the fact that at least up until this point, the FBI has not released more documents from the Epstein files, the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, who was a convicted child sex offender who had a relationship, some would say a friendship, with Donald Trump for many years, and some of the latest revelations that came out from the Wall Street Journal about a suggestive letter that the president sent to his friend Jeffrey Epstein back in 2003, allegedly. And so there are questions that have been raised about the fact that the president is suddenly now talking about former President Obama, that the Martin Luther King Jr. assassination files were suddenly released yesterday, thousands of pages of them, and that has led President Trump's critics to wonder if he isn't just trying to shift the focus away from Jeffrey Epstein to something that his base will enjoy quite a bit more.
All right. So, are his words not coming to pass? Well, please do well to drop your comment on the comment section what you think.